Hello Internet, my name is Termite, and this is a 57mm artillery shell that I found years ago, and I don't know where it came from. I think I'll just put that right here. There we go. Well, this weekend I just wrapped up working on a shoot. I was a production assistant on a short film called Twice Exceptional. It should be out in October, thereabouts. And I really think when it does come out, y'all should have a look at it. Not only because I worked on it, but also because it's... I'll put the link down here. There it is. Twice Exceptional is a short film about special needs children. One of which it's about two kids. One of which has Down syndrome. The other is autistic, and it was really quite fascinating watching the crew work with these kids who actually were special needs. These actors, these little kids, and the crew was so patient with these kids. It was inspiring. It was great. And the footage was incredible. We shot on a couple of Canon 7Ds, one of which belonged to my friend John, who's the first AC on the project. So I got my name out with some of the professional crew. It's all about connections, this business. Yeah, you got to make connections to get anywhere, because there's very few industries where there's more nepotism. I'm getting tired of this. Let's just get that out of the way. Anyway, what did I come to talk to you about? Oh, my stuff, yeah. Today I would like to share with you one of the earlier pieces of my work from the Art Institute. This is a Doritos commercial that we worked on, and we actually entered it into the Crash of the Super Bowl contest. I believe the year was... I'm going to correct myself on this with a subtitle, but I believe the year was 2008, the 2008 Super Bowl. Probably, that would make sense. This was not a go out and do it on your own project. This was actually for a class, for an intro to lighting class. The idea came about right around the time of the steroid scandal in Major League Baseball. So we figured it would be kind of an interesting play off of Doritos. The flavor is so extreme, so they must be juicing the flavor there. So we had two locations, one of which was varied enough that it looked like several settings. Our first location is the locker room. Now the locker room, we actually could not get a locker room, so we ended up green screening it. So that's not a real locker room. That's actually chroma key in there. And the guy getting interviewed is Curtis. Do you remember him from Chap Where's My Car, which we featured in episode 2? And then all the other shots were done in one location. It was an office in downtown DC. For the life of me, I can't remember what it was. So we wanted it to look like video, not like film. That's why we shot in 30 frames a second as opposed to 24, and made it all look like CNN, C-SPAN, file footage, all that fun stuff. And the total number of lights we used was 3. Now anyone who's worked with professional KinoFlow lights will laugh at this, but we were actually using KinoFlow knockoffs, low case lights. These are fluorescent lights that had, 2 of them had a tungsten balance, 1 had a daylight balance, and we only really used the daylight balance for the scene with the doctor, because the majority of the light coming in was daylight. We had to match the color temperature, but the rest of the time was just the tungsten lights. We had a bit of a goof. We ended up crossing the axis line, so one of the shots is actually flipped to make it look right. This is the scene in the fake congressional hearings where you see the guy say, "I have never knowingly ingested flavor-enhanced corn chips." That shot is actually flipped over because we couldn't. It just looked too weird the way it was. So with that all shot, we just did a bunch of After Effects work. There were only 2 changes I made prior to graduating just recently. One was to change the tagline. Just the voiceover didn't sound quite right. And the other was to change up the timing a little bit on the Congress scene. So, without further ado, here is our Doritos commercial, Flavor Enhanced Corn Chips.
A lot of things have changed since Congress got involved in the flavor scandal.
I have never knowingly ingested flavor-enhanced corn chips, period.
I thought people were happy with the bold and extreme taste. But now you've got guys sneaking around like criminals trying to get a snack chip. Yeah, there's guys that think they can beat the system. But with the random testing that they have now, you're eventually going to get caught. Times are changing. The flavor era is over, that's for sure.
Doritos. Snack strong. And that's it. Real quick, I want to emphasize that we did not have any cooperation with Doritos or Frito-Lay or any of them at all. This was completely on our own. So, Doritos, please don't sue us. That's it for this week. Remember, I can be reached at holdyourshoe@termitestudios.com. Look, I just got an email. Also, keep watching the blog, holdyourshoe.com. And remember, my personal website, termitestudios.com, is always up and running. I will see you next week. Exterior, desert, town, outskirts, day.